Hey, you guys, just want to get some critiques from the experts here. I'm doing a little practice cage. I make mostly wire nets. I do most of my netting by hand. I just enjoy making them. I do it mainly for turtles, and I just want to possibly get some advice from you guys. So yeah, what I'm doing again, it's just a little practice cage. I got a little 27-inch tall cage over there. It's a 48 diameter hoop on it. And according to my math, I should do 16 inches wide and 16 meshes wide and 19 meshes long. And I'm using this is my mesh stick. It's 3 square, six stretch. So I don't know how y'all start it, but I make a loop on one piece of rope and then I make another loop on another piece of rope, so it kind of pulleys like this. This is just number 15 bonded from the fishnet company. I just come in here and I tie a half hitch on it and put my mesh gauge up under it, and I come through and I just start making my meshes like that, just making half hitches. And oops, let me back this up a little bit here. There you go. And yeah, I'll just keep doing these till I get to 15 or whatever number is for the last thing I'm supposed to have. So if I'm supposed to have 20, I'll keep making these until I get to 19. Or if I'm supposed to have like 30, I'll keep going until I have like 29. But yeah, I just keep yeah, I just enjoy making my own netting. Keeps me occupied. And I'll keep making my meshes until it starts to kind of come up like that, and I'll just slip all these off. I usually do about 5. And I'll slip them off and I'll come back under and just keep going, because if I don't do that, I found my netting gets really cockeyed. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I get to 15 of them. I'll be back with y'all. So I got my 15 of them here. We'll actually put 16, but you know, that's fine. I'm making turtle nets. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't know how many other people do this. I've seen people do a different way, but the way I've always made mine into a round net is on my first knot, which is this one. I leave usually at least a 3 foot section off of there, and I just come once I get to my last one. I kind of call this my ghost mesh, but I'll pair both those knots up. This is my first knot and my last knot. I'll pair both of those up, and I'll take my last mesh I did. I'll come down. You see this is that tail I had, and this is the one that goes to my needle. And I basically just take the last mesh I had, or the mesh on this side, and I just try and get it nice and close. And I'll just, I'll just put some kind of knot in there that will tie these two together, that won't slip. I think what I just did was a double overhand or a surgeon's knot. I can't remember. But make sure those two knots are together. I'll start to cinch this one up a little bit. It's a lot easier when I'm not trying to show anybody, but it's always, this knot is always ends up, the first one always ends up either a little short or a little long, but that's what I end up with. Now it's circular. I just keep going around. So back this camera up a little more. So now I got that. I'll just so this was my last one. This was my ghost one. This was my first one. So I just take my mesh stick, put it under that knot, And the first 2 or 3 rows are kind of a pain because they're all bundled together, but I just come through. You see that one wants to kind of stick out just a little bit. It's a little ugly, but it's not horrible. And I just come through, put one in, and with the first couple, just due to how this goes like that, I'll just come through and I'll do them one at a time and pull them off. It takes a little bit of time, and honestly, what I have done before is how it's hanging like this, how it's hanging like that. I've taken another piece of string, tied it here, and connected it right here, so it's like a diamond, and it, you know, pulls everything straight. But I've done that a lot when I was making a couple of nets at a time, and I didn't want to, you know, think around, but you know, found this way works just fine. I'm no master net maker, but I'll just do this, and I might pick up 1 to 3 of them as long as it stays kind of even. I have to watch this up here. As long as that stays straight. This bonded twine I only usually ever put usually only just put one. I don't put a double sheet in, I just put a single. But yeah, I'll usually do a couple of them, and as you see up here, it kind of starts making a good line. Just keep a lot of pressure on it. And after I get about 5 of them, see how it makes a nice straight line. It keeps them all even. After I get 5 of them, I usually just pop them off. You see it's starting to make a starting to come out kind of nice looking. Yeah, I ain't no expert. I ain't really ever did a I've done one technical hoop net, and that took me forever. I don't really fish. Again, I'm mainly make these for turtles and turtle removal. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this and then show y'all the end product of how I made a cylinder with it, how I made it all connected. Okay, so I got to the end of it. That's my first string, and now we're back at that tail. And all I do is just kind of, again, just get them straight up here. Try to get them even. And like I said, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. Let me see if I can show the bottom here. But your this one over here and this one over here should match up pretty decently. The first ones aren't going to match up perfectly, but you know, one's going to be a little longer. See, it's a hair longer, but you know, it's not horrible. Again, I'm kind of rusty. This is the first net I've made in about a year. So I try, and if one's a little longer than the other one, I try and kind of go between them. So this one is a little longer, so I'm just going to kind of make it just a hair shorter than this one. Make sure these 2 knots right here are buddy-buddy. And just there you go. And it gets better as you go down, but again, I'm a little rusty. But there you go. That's how, and I just keep going, or you know, around and around and around like that until I'm, you know, I get this and that's that ghost mesh I was telling you about. It's kind of a weird deal, but you can actually come below it and cut it if you want. I mean, but there you go. just curious about how you guys do it. That's how I do it. Didn't really have anybody teach me. I just kind of learned off of YouTube, reading, and yeah.